Hello summoners, welcome back to the channel, and in this video we're going to do a full guide on Doom and also talk about why he is considered as such a great character in this game. Also going to do some Act 6 gameplay. So this is 6.2.4, I believe, the destructive feedback chapter, global chapter. So first of all, he has this timer on, and every 10 seconds Void's intimidating presence inflicts one random debuffs. He has 3 kind of debuff in total. That he can put naturally. Then with resonate he can put 4, and the first debuff we're going to talk about is petrify, and that is the one we have 2 of right now. So it reduces the effectiveness of power gain and regeneration by 50%. So right now we have 2 of them, so this is like a heal block basically, and also like they will not be able to get any power from power gain and stuff. Now with the addition of despair mastery, even like at 2 stacks you can start reversing regeneration, but like we can't do that with power. Agility debuff is the second debuff we want to talk about here. That is the one we are going to get here. It reduces ability accuracy of evade and dexterity mastery by 30%. Now Hyperion here obviously doesn't evade, but we have 2 of them now, so that will reduce the evade's ability accuracy by 60%. Actually we have a fear of the void as well, so it's 120% reduction in the evade chance. So if this was a Spider-Man on someone, he would not be able to evade like at all at this time. Then the third debuff is fatigue, and it reduces the critical rating of the opponent by a little bit, and that is decent, but like you want the other 2 debuffs more than this. And here we're going to talk about what an unawakened void can do. Usually, like you will hear that void definitely needs to be awakened. He's a character you ideally want at max sig, but at 2 petrify he can 100% shut down power gain and also regeneration. Like here you're going to see you're seeing like 3 and stuff, so that's the damage that he's taking with just 2 petrifies on, and that is because I have 1 point in despair. And if you have max despair, then you can potentially reverse some regeneration without void being awakened, but ideally you do want him awakened, and we're going to talk why. So his sig ability, when all debuffs are at 2 stack, which is the maximum you can get, instead of being removed, which would happen if you have an unawakened void, those debuffs are converted into a passive fear of the void. It combines the effects and grants void and attack rating increase. So basically when you have fear of the void on, it counts as 2 petrifies, 2 fatigue, 2 agility debuffs, and I mean it is 1 debuff, but it works, it does basically what the other debuffs do at 2 stacks. And on top of that you can get more debuffs, like again all 3 of those debuffs 2 times. So this is basically how you get those start reversing that regeneration and stuff. Void inflicts the 1 debuff on his special one, and debuffs on his timer. So that is the 2 way you get the debuffs on the opponent. And he is an amazing counter to Lifecycle, which is this node, a buffet, masochism, vigor, and a ton of other nodes in Act 5 or 6 or variants. So anything where you have to deal with regeneration, so he's a really good counter for that. And even otherwise, like with the Killmonger synergy, he also has a lot of health, and he's really tanky. With the Killmonger synergy he gets a regeneration when he's putting debuffs on the opponent. So he's a really great character overall. On top of that, he's also immune to incinerate, which makes him a solid counter to Mephisto's and annoying incinerate parts in Act 6. And there are a bit of having incinerate immunity is getting more and more useful by the day. When it was earlier introduced, it was mostly for Mephisto, and when Iceman had it, it basically had no use. But here we are going to this Captain America has buffet, by the way. One thing with void is when you have petrifies on and fear of the void on and you want to dex, you will find a hard time indexing. His dashbacks are kind of like really fun. Here we did and we are not hitting him, so whatever damage he took here is because of the damage we are reversing from the buffet. And here the fight is almost over. The destructive feedback, basically it prevents him to take any damage while he has that yellow shield on. so otherwise he would have dropped by now. So this is the Symbiote Supreme boss of 6.2.1. And this also has Lifecycle. Lifecycle, if you don't already know, when you knock down the opponent, that blue shield, it goes down like here, and the more you knock them down, the longer it goes down for. And when it is up, the opponent always, like when you kill them, they always regenerate back. But because here we will have petrify, so he will not be able to regenerate. On top of that, Symbiote Supreme, he doesn't have natural power gain when we hit him, so we have 2 petrifies up. So now we can just completely like spam heavy attacks in the corner, and he has no way to get out of this because we already have 2 petrifies. Our void is 200 and awakened. Like whenever we get the final debuff off, we will just straight off go to Fear of the Void after this, in the next debuff strikes, and that also counts as 2 petrifies here. And on top of that, we will we could also get more petrifies, which will actually drain his power, even the one that he has right now. We didn't even use any special attacks after he got petrify, and Void is one of the easiest ways to solo this guy. He is the 6.2.1 boss, so he has a lot of utility actually. The fights are a little longer with him. When Fear of the Void is off, he doesn't hit that hard for 565, but with Fear of the Void, his damage output is pretty good. Plus he does a lot of degeneration damage, which is something we're going to talk about now. So for each unique debuff, unique being the keyword here, the opponent takes 109.2% of the Void's current attack rating. And current is very important because Fear of the Void increases his attack rating by a lot, and after that you're going to see that the degeneration will do a lot of more damage. So whenever each unique debuff will do some direct damage here, like you're going to see we are doing 243 for 2 debuffs, and when if we get another of the agility one, the evade one, then we would have done the same amount. But right now we are doing we have all 3 debuffs, so we are doing 364. Parry also counts as a unique debuff, so for that time you will get this as brute force. That is why we're taking the regeneration damage. So while he's stunned, he will take some more damage, and after Fear of the Void, you will see that his Void's regeneration damage it increases by a lot. So Fear of the Void is on now. We're also going to talk about his special 2 here. We hit the special 2. It hits kind of hard and it applies 2 dark stings, so each lasting for 12 seconds. And when it's basically power string, but a little bit better. It does whenever if the opponent will do a special attack. Right now he will gain weakness and also degeneration on him. So with Fear of the Void, like you can see here, we are ticking for 800 something, 538, and once we get a 3rd debuff off, we are doing 807 damage without class advantage or any boosts or anything. And this venom pool will drop basically any time now. And the Fear of the Void, whenever it falls off, when you have in 6200, you basically will get it again right away. So, and sometimes 2 Fear of the Voids as well for a very short time. But anyways, that was it. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Subscribe for more content and stay safe. Thank you.